The two best teams in the NFL went head-to-head on Monday night, and these were the 5 plays that led to the Eagles coming out on top. Let's start with number 5. That's the crucial interception in the red zone from Eagles safety Kevin Byard, his first as an Eagle. Now, to set this play up, we first have to talk about how the bye week was really beneficial for a player like Byard, who came to the team mid-season at the trade deadline from the Tennessee Titans, just having an extra week to prepare, get used to the system, understand the verbiage, understand working alongside his teammates. Crucial for a player like Byard. And I thought this was his best game to date in Eagles green, because not only did you see the interception, but on a number of other plays as well. Watch him here work in tandem with Bradley Roby in the slot, taking away the throw for Patrick Mahomes to Rashee Rice. That forces a scramble and brings up a third down. The Eagles are able to get off the field. Great job, Roby and Byard working together on that play. Fast forward to late in the game, it's final drive. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to roll right here, and he wants this deep crossing route. But look at the job that Byard does, hugging up on this crossing route, taking away the throw from Mahomes and forcing a throwaway. That was a big play in the game. Again, just reading the eyes of the quarterback, understanding where the offense is trying to attack and taking away the throw. Now, let's get into this play, because you get into the red zone, it's at the 14-yard line, and Kansas City is hoping that they can get Justin Watson on this little shallow cross route that converts late up the field. So try and suck those linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage and then sneak the receiver behind them. But Byard reads this the whole way. He's got eyes on Watson, he's got eyes on Mahomes, and he undercuts this throw. He takes advantage of a ball that's thrown slightly behind the receiver, and he comes away with a crucial interception in the end zone, keeps points off the board, one of 2 turnovers for the Eagles in the red zone that helped keep the Chiefs to just 17 points. And Byard coming away with his first interception in Eagles green. Now let's get to play number 4, and that's this 35-yard run from running back DeAndre Swift. Crucial play in the fourth quarter on a scoring drive. Now, before we get into what happened on this play, we first have to talk about how the Eagles set this up. Because what the Eagles did in this game, they did a lot of what is called pony personnel. 2 running backs on the field. And here you see Boston Scott in the backfield, and you have DeAndre Swift coming in motion from right to left. You see the tight end Grant Calcaterra leak out. This is going to be a run away. So you've got Boston Scott taking the ball up the middle. He gets a modest gain here on 2nd and short, moves the chains for a first down. Later in the game, 1st and 10. This is the first play of the third quarter. What do you get? Another pony personnel set. Here comes DeAndre Swift in motion from right to left. There goes the tight end leaking out to block just in case Swift gets the ball. But again, this goes to Boston Scott for another medium gain. But look at how the defense responds. It was the same way both times. No one ran out with Swift, and the defensive end, he's got eyes on Scott. He makes the play. Now fast forward to the fourth quarter, a few drives later. What do you have right around midfield? The same pony set. Boston Scott in the backfield. DeAndre Swift out wide. He's on the right side. He comes in motion from right to left. This looks exactly the same as the other 2 plays. So what does Kansas City do? They're going to try and play that inside zone run to Boston Scott. But look at what happens. DeAndre Swift gets the ball. He gets the edge. He gets a block from Calcaterra. He gets a block from Mailata. And he makes a great cut in the open field, DeAndre Swift. Boston Scott's down there as well, trying to throw him a block. And you get 35 yards. This play sets up Jaylen Hertz's 10-yard touchdown run that makes it a 3-point game. It was one of the most explosive plays in the game for the Philadelphia Eagles offense. And now let's go to play number 3. Back to the defensive side of the football. It's 3rd and 12. It's a pass breakup by Zack Cunningham that is forced from a pressure from Haason Reddick. And there's a lot to love about this play. First, let's take a look at the secondary. You've got dime defense on the field. That's 6 defensive backs, a lot of speed on the field to contend with what the Chiefs are going to try and do here on 3rd and long. Look at the front. You've got Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox on the left. You have both Zack Cunningham and Haason Reddick up over the center with Josh Sweat coming off the right side. Now, think about how often we have seen the Eagles in this scenario, late in the game, 3rd down, and the pass rush is able to get home. Josh Sweat getting home for a critical sack. Haason Reddick getting home for a critical sack, closing the game. Well, you would think that in this situation, yeah, let's cut this defensive line loose after the quarterback. We've also seen whenever Haason Reddick is lined up inside, the Eagles love to run different stunts and twists up front to mess with opposing offensive linemen and give Reddick one of those free runs at the quarterback. But watch what happens here at the snap. When Patrick Mahomes drops back, The Eagles don't cut these guys loose. Instead, you see Zack Cunningham, he drops off in man coverage against the running back. Everybody else is in man-to-man coverage across the board. But watch Reddick. He is not pinning his ears back and getting after Mahomes. Instead, he is containing. He is mush rushing. He's got eyes on Mahomes, and he is going to mirror him from sideline to sideline. Reddick did this a number of times in the game. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and here in a critical down and distance, a critical moment in this game, Reddick is spying Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes breaks the pocket to his left, and watch number 7 close. He forces an incompletion. Zack Cunningham gets his hand on the football, and the Eagles get off the field. This is as they are protecting that 4-point lead late in the game. So a big stop there from the Eagles defense. I love the curveball from Sean Desai and this defensive staff. A great way to use one of the best pass rushers in football. And now we get to play number 2, and that's this 41-yard completion from Jaylen Herz to DeVonta Smith. It's 1st and 10. The Eagles have just crossed midfield, and they have what is called 10 personnel out in the field. 10 personnel. 1 back, no tight ends. Remember, Dallas Goedert hurt in this game. So you've got 4 receivers out on the field, and from top to bottom, you've got Julio Jones, Olamide Zaccheaus, DeVonta Smith, and A.J. Brown, with Kenny Gainwell in the backfield. Now, as Jaylen Herz is sitting there in the shotgun, he surveys the defense, and he takes a look at what he's got to his right. And look at the picture he has over DeVonta Smith. You've got a linebacker in Willie Gay and a safety right behind him in Mike Edwards. So right off the bat, alarm bells have to be going off for Jaylen Herz in this situation. This is probably not going to be a double team on DeVonta Smith. This linebacker, Willie Gay, he is most likely going to be blitzing on this play, and that will mean that it is one-on-one coverage, DeVonta Smith on a safety. And Nick Sirianni talked about this in his post-game press conference, that Jaylen Herz, he's got the ability to make these checks. That is a part of the structure of the Eagles offense to give Jaylen Herz that freedom, and he takes advantage of that freedom here on this play. He calls for a slot fade from DeVonta Smith, knowing that he is one-on-one with a safety, and that is a matchup you were going to take 10 times out of 10, because Jaylen Herz drops back. He takes a peek to the left just to make sure that that safety stays in the middle of the field, and when he hits the top of his drop, he is going to cut this loose. A beautiful ball right into the breadbasket of DeVonta Smith. He catches it at the 1-yard line, and Jaylen Herz takes a brotherly shove into the end zone on the very next play. This is the go-ahead touchdown, a critical play from Jaylen Herz where he wins with his mind and then with his arm. A beautiful read, a beautiful ball, and it leads to an Eagles touchdown minutes later, and the Eagles take the lead for good, which takes us to play number 1. And this was tough, narrowing this down to one final play here for this game. But I'm going to go with a critical rush. It's a defensive stop on the final drive. It's an intentional grounding call forced by pass rusher Josh Sweat. You can argue that this should count as a sack for number 94, but an outstanding play nonetheless. But this is so much more than just a great rush from Josh Sweat, because this is a full team effort, and it's something that was honestly set up throughout the course of the football game, because in critical moments, critical down and distance, especially on 3rd down, we saw a lot of creative double teams from the Eagles on tight end Travis Kelce. You know, on 3rd down, scramble situations, red zone, he is the primary target getter for Patrick Mahomes. So the Eagles had to have a plan for how they are going to deal with him. First play we're going to look at, it's early on in the second quarter. It's 3rd and 8, and look at what the Eagles do. You've got both safeties here, Kevin Byard and Reed Blankenship, double teaming Travis Kelce. When Patrick Mahomes drops back, he takes a peek over there and sees, you know what, I don't have Kelce on this play. I've got to step up, and Jalen Carter is able to trip him up. The Eagles defense gets off the field. The Eagles did this a number of times in the game. They were able to rotate in and out of different double teams on Travis Kelce, and it was always different combinations of who it was that was on him. You also had some one-on-one battles with different body types going up against Travis Kelce, and at times they were able to even fake a double team. Early in the fourth quarter, it's 3rd and 4. Travis Kelce goes in motion, and you see Zack Cunningham and Kevin Byard both walk out with them. If you're Patrick Mahomes, you think, there's the double team. These two players are going to double Travis Kelce here off the ball. That means I'm not looking towards Travis Kelce. Let me instead work my other matchup in the middle of the field, because I've got Justin Watson one-on-one against a linebacker, Nicholas Morrow, with no help, because if Zack Cunningham Cunningham is helping to double Kelce, that means this middle of the field is wide open. Not only could this be a first down, but this could be a long play for a catch and run. But the Eagles baited Patrick Mahomes into this because it is not an actual double team on Travis Kelce. Look at the snap. When Mahomes catches the football, Zack Cunningham's eyes go directly to the quarterback. He is not looking at Travis Kelce. He instead is a hole player in the middle of the field underneath. He wants this ball to go to the wide receiver, Justin Watson. He breaks on it, and Watson, he feels the footsteps coming. He hears Zack Cunningham. The ball goes right through his hands, and the Eagles get off the field. A critical third down stop there from the Eagles defense. Outstanding job baiting Mahomes into that throw, taking him away from Travis Kelce, showing the double team, actually taking it away, and then the Eagles are able to, again, make the stop. Now, let's go to the play that I want to break down because it's 3rd and 10. It's under 2 minutes remaining. Patrick Mahomes drops back, and what does he get? He's got a double team on Travis Kelce. You've got, again, Byard and Blankenship. They are bracketing Kelce. He's got no hope. You look on the outside. This double move from the receiver where he's going to fake the over route and come back, that is taken away from Darius Slay. Slay is all over this. Zack Cunningham, he's on the flat route. Patrick Mahomes has nowhere to go with this football. He now has to break the pocket and roll to his right, and that's where Sweat gets a hold of him. Now let's just take a look, before we wrap this up, at the end zone angle so you could take a look at the rush because a number of players were involved here on this play. First one I want you to look at, Fletcher Cox. He's one-on-one with the guard. Kansas City is sliding towards the rookie Jalen Carter, and when you've got Fletcher Cox one-on-one, he's got the ability to penetrate. He doesn't win fast, but he does just enough to flash color inside, and that combined with the coverage on the back end forces Mahomes to bail. Then you've got Hassan Reddick there. He forces Mahomes to retreat a little bit. This angle now has the bubble in reverse, and that gives Josh Sweat time to be able to get home. So you had a great coverage concept, doubling Travis Kelce, good execution from everybody across the board on the back end, the pressure from Fletcher Cox, the rush from Hassan Reddick, and you've got Josh Sweat closing, forcing the sack, intentional grounding. The Eagles get a stop. They win the football game 21-17 on the road, come from behind victory against the defending Super Bowl champs, and these were the 5 critical plays that made it happen.